good enough. Just not good enough. Do you know, I was watching that when I was watching that tripe. Something you said, Killian, last week when you were asked the question. I'm not sure if it was on air or off air. You asked it, and you said, "When was the last time you were entertained watching United?"
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
in the first half, in particular, I was just like, it's just with this United team, all I'm interested in is 3 points because
Hmm.
there's no entertainment value in it at all.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's no
Hmm.
excitement. There's nothing. I was thinking about our cousin is over there with his wee fella at the match tonight, traveling all the way over from Dublin to watch that on a Thursday night, and I'm just wondering what does he think of that? Like, was that worth that trip? Because it didn't seem worth the subscription fee to watch it on the TV. You know, never mind going all the way there, but anyway, listen, we're joined in the studio here as always by two very happy campers. Being sarcastic, obviously. So, Gags, Madman Martial, and Killian, the football genius, are with me, and we are live on Facebook, guys. So,
Live on Facebook.
live on Facebook. Well, it could be live on Facebook, live on YouTube. So, yeah, guys, what's the thoughts? Gags, you want to kick us off? I know you've had a
Yeah,
few.
just watching live footage here of the West Ham dressing room.
No,
They're all,
spoken about.
all extremely happy. What a crock of shit! What an absolute crock of shit that was. And once again, two home games in a row. Everton last Monday, West Ham tonight. Like we didn't deserve to win that game again. It's like game after game after game. We don't deserve to win these games. We didn't particularly deserve to beat Palace. We're just lucky that Palace retired.
Set
That
pieces.
Uh, but it's not even just that. But apart from Xerxes' knee that was cleared off the line, apart from that and the lucky goal from Dallo, what else did we do?
Hmm.
Areola didn't make one save. Did he make one save?
A lot of deflections and I mean a lot of diving in that one
Uh,
too. In
Look, we'll,
particular.
we'll probably get onto it. We'll probably get onto it at
Yeah.
some stage. But I need to get it off my chest straight off. I'm sick to God, sick to death of Bruno Fernandes. A shocking performance. Absolutely shit. I mean, and it was epitomised right at the end in the 93rd minute or something when he had that chance and he skied it from about 6 yards out. It's pathetic. It was a terrible performance from a so-called captain. He's just not good enough. He hasn't been good enough all season, and he's stat padding with these assists with a free kick or a corner. Oh, there's another assist. There's another assist. It's not good enough. But he wasn't on his own. There's plenty of bad performances there, and Ruben as well is going to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just looking here. We've already got a couple of people in the chat room here. So up the Reds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ruben has to go. I don't know what that HDKDIDDK says. Shouldn't be booing when they didn't lose. So actually, we turned off the volume right at the end of the game there. So I'm
No,
assuming
no, we heard the boon.
Yeah.
was
I
it
heard the
booing?
boon. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
They're not booing because they didn't win. They're booing the performance.
yeah.
Exactly.
If that United team had come out and it had been a great game, and the players, if the fans can see him when the players are giving it, and they're not giving it, that's why they're booing. And any team deserves to get booed when they're not performing or not giving it their all. It's not the result. So that's yeah.
Killian, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's always disappointing to drop points in that fashion too. We were on top of that entire match. Well, not the entire match because West Ham there at the end of the match did sort of gain control of the match there and started dominating a wee bit. But for the majority of the match, we were dominant. So the fact we could only come away with one goal during our domination and still concede anyway and drop points at home to a team who are still in the relegation zone, I mean, I would say it's an embarrassing result, but it's not really given how poor this United team has been as of recently. And as you did say as well, a couple of weeks ago, I did mention the entertainment factor is non existent in this United team. And that game epitomised it there, of course, because, I mean, with all that possession we had, that first half especially, we dominated. We were constantly in the final third, Hubert and Bumo, Xerxes, Cunha seeing a lot of the ball, and they just weren't doing anything with it. And that's what I've been complaining about. do something, play some football, which will get the crowd in their feet. These fans, 75,000 fans in there, they want a good performance, they want an entertaining performance, and of course a good result. And they got none of those three things there tonight. So yeah, very disappointed there. Not necessarily too surprised because West Ham did fight back and probably were deserving of a draw there. But I just want to also. I want to mention as well that, just briefly here, that I'm getting annoyed at United players constantly as well, trying to buy penalties. I mean, at least 4 or 5 times during that match, going down softly, trying to win cheap penalties, and it's just not on. Like, in my opinion, like, I do remember Brian Mbumo, for example, in the second half, he got the ball sort of one-on-one with Todibo, and he tried to, sort of take him on. It looks like Tadebo's like stuck a leg out there and he's tripped him, but when you look back, there's like literally zero contact there whatsoever. And that basically was every time we tried to appeal for a penalty, that was the case. So overall, that does annoy me too, but overall, very annoyed by this performance. It's the same week in, week out. Another boring display here. Points dropped against a relegation threatened team. And at this stage, are we even surprised?
Yeah. Well, listen. Thankfully, we've got someone coming on here now. So obviously, I've been doing the rounds on different Facebook groups and whatnot, and putting out, trying to get United fans involved, engaged, especially Irish Reds. So we've got here joining us now, Dak McDonough, all the way down from County Kerry. Dak, did the game look any better from where you are?
No, unfortunately not. Every game when we seem to have a chance to get near the top 4, it's like they're allergic to it. We've had 2 games against 2 brutal teams in Everton and West Ham. We've taken 1 point and scored a goal, so it makes no sense. The game was there for the taking tonight, and they didn't put in the performance. There's too many bad performances. And when you're trying to hold a game near the end, bringing on Ugarte, who's allergic to the ball, is definitely not going to help us in any way. I'm hammering in. I've said that from the start, but a lot of his substitutions, I still question. It makes no sense to me, and tonight has just left me flat. And I'd hate to have been in the crowd there tonight, paying good money, travelling over from Ireland everywhere to watch that drivel.
Yeah, we were saying there before you came on, Dak, that our cousins actually travelled over there tonight from Dublin with his wee boy for the game, and I was saying, well, we'll try to get him on. We haven't heard from him yet. He probably doesn't want to come on. Yeah, it was just shite. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it really just was shite, wasn't it?
It's terrible.
I mean, and I've got a question. Again, and I see there's people in the chat. There's some people saying, Ruben has to go and stuff, I guess, here. But again, listen, this season's just, for me, is just about getting up the table, getting points on the board. I realised at the start of that game there, I'm just supporting Man United. I'm not supporting any of those players because I just think that most of those players are just not good enough. And it's just so annoying.
It's hard to pick. It's hard to pick anybody tonight that you would say actually played well. I thought Cunha looked really rusty, and look, he's been out. He had concussion or something, and he looked like he needs a game. I thought Mbumo was his first touch was poor all night. Didn't think he did much. Ahmad in the second half was completely anonymous. There's so much. Luke Shaw was frustrating. I mean, it's hard to know where to go. But to me, I keep on coming back to Bruno. I thought Bruno was atrocious. Just even seeing their goal, it's actually Bruno who seems to be on. Is it Bowen or somebody gets a header on?
Jared Bowen.
Yeah. Bruno's marking him, and Bruno finds himself 3 or 4 yards in front of him and jumping up and never going to get the ball. Again, it's Bruno. He's just... It's just very frustrating at the moment. To my mind, the guy shouldn't be playing 90 minutes, because he's off form. He shouldn't be in the middle of the park. And he just, no matter how he plays the entire game, and he's costing us.
Yeah, I see a comment there as well. I don't know. Heidick. I'm going to call him Heidick. Saying there about Kobe Minu needs to start playing. I mean, big talent being wasted. What what like
Kobe's going to be gone in January.
yeah. Well, listen,
One way or the other.
people that are in the chat room there, I've stuck up a wee Google link there. So if you click into it, it'll let you vote, give a score for all the players. This will be interesting to see. Click on that wee link there and do
There'd
the
be more
player
zeros. There'd be more zeros in that than the Fibonacci.
I was going to say,
do the player ratings for me. And let's
can you
just-
pick 0, Stephen?
unfor-
No, 1 is
one
the
is
lowest
the- is the
score.
lowest.
They're lucky.
So yeah, no, we'll once a few of those come in there, we'll have a wee look at it in a couple of minutes. But you know, I haven't heard. Obviously, I don't know. I don't even want to hear what Amron's saying afterwards.
It'll be the same old, same old. I mean, I'm a bit like yourself. I'd still be Amram in. I don't want to change. We're kind of. I think we're all sick of these players. You know, getting the manager sacked. There's so much poor players that need to be moved on. And I know Amron's bought a few players, but overall, Cunha and Bumo are good signings. There's still too many players there that just need to be moved on who just aren't good enough. Although he is making mistakes. I mean, it was a strange defence. I thought, you know, Heaven hasn't had a look in for months, and then he starts tonight, and then he subs him. I know he's booked, but then he subs him off. You know, so it's not going to do much
And,
for his confidence.
I think the even worse thing about that is, I mean, I've been saying for a while I'd like to see Haven play more, but I think the worst thing about it is dropping Lenny Euro, because you see now distraught he was about himself giving away that penalty against Palace, you know, and so dropping him there in that one is only going to drop his confidence even further, I felt. So in my opinion, that's a poor move there by Amram, especially considering Euro's been a consistent starter in this United backline too.
We definitely missed Delish tonight.
Yeah.
I think he's been a very calm and influence on the team. And come here, even Harry Maguire, you would have had him in there against West Ham.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, so we missed them now. Great to see the Butcher back. Hopefully he'll start kicking people into the throat in the next few games or something, you know. So
I know.
let him build some game time and we'll see the best out of him once he can stay injury free.
Well, that's it. If you have Martinez and maybe Maguire and Dillett back, you know, I'd rather have them. But I don't mind Euro. He's a young player. You know, I think he was distraught last after the Crystal Palace game. But you know, I think he does have a future. But you need to build him up, and you know, being subbed off, and then being dropped today, it's probably not going to do much for his confidence. But yeah, I think we're missing Dillett and Maguire, to be quite honest. Especially Maguire, at least could maybe get a goal, put him up front at the end or something. But yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah, well, you know, the Aaron, the West Ham fan who was on with us earlier in the week, he's probably raging now that he can't come on. He said he had to work tonight, but I'm thinking I switched off my phone before we come on in case he changed his mind. But no, I'm only joking about that. But yeah, I mean, what did West Ham do? Like, I mean, 65%. I'm looking at the stats here on BBC. Again, whenever we're we've got 65% possession, plenty of touches in the opposition box, 42 touches. You know, it's not like we're on the right side of the pitch. Attack 17 shots United had, but only 4 of them on target.
The key is they're playing against Man United, and for the majority of the teams these days, especially teams like West Ham who are further in the table, a lot of the time, whether they're home or away, they don't have to do anything, because you know all they need to do is be patient, because inevitably and every time pretty much it seems in games like this especially, the chance is going to come for them, and as long as they take that, they're going to get something from this game, and that's just how it feels as of recently. So that happened for West Ham here in this one, and they'll be extremely happy with the point here. And it's just, again, a lingering issue. And I suppose another thing which is really worrying was there was no resilience that we've seen a couple of times this season, where, you know, we do take a lead and we do manage to hold on. That was like we've seen the past year or two before this season. I was just reverting back to that sort of phase. You know, if you know what I mean, like taking the lead and then conceding, never being able to hold on to it. So that's what I've seen here in this one too, and it's very concerning.
I'm trying to think, was there any parts of tonight's game that, you know, were good? Is there anything that stands out that was actually
No.
Half time.
Half time, yeah.
Do you know,
Yeah.
And get a beer.
Was it? Come on, there must have been something. There must have been.
No.
Well, I suppose
I like the goalie. I have to say, I think
Yeah.
he's been a
I thought
steady-
Lemons was brilliant.
Yeah, Lamans has been good. He's steady. He's steady. He can actually catch a ball, which is an upgrade on our last goalie. So I mean, he's good. But there was 4 midfielders named that United are linked with in January, and Neville joked that we need the 4 of them, and he's not wrong. And Jared Bowen, who played against us tonight, is an upgrade on a lot of the players we have at the club. We need
Yeah.
to get rid of a lot of the deadwood, and get like Cunha and Bumo. They want to play for United. We need to get rid of the fellas that are gone past it and just do or die for Amarin. He won't get disgrace next season. So I mean,
Yeah, it's completely, and I think it's a good call about Bowen. Bowen's been a class act for a number of years now, and he would, he'd bring a similar energy that Mbumo and Cunha. It's that honest, hard-working, want to play for the club. I don't think we'll be going in for Bowen, but I would take him. There is talk about Conor Gallagher, but I would take him too.
Anyway.
Yeah, I definitely would.
Well, there is one West Ham player I do want to talk about, and it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And I've been saying this for years, and again tonight just proved my point. We should have never sold Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think it's an absolutely clueless decision by us because, yes, he wasn't a perfect fullback. He definitely wasn't perfect. However, I think compare him with like Dallo. I know Dallo scored it there, but ultimately it was a lucky enough goal. And compare him with like Dallo and Dorgu, he's a much better player, and he proved that here in this one. Because while Dallo was like his usual poor self apart from the goal, Dorgu came on, didn't do anything good either. Wan-Bissaka was making last-ditch tackles, left, right, and centre throughout the entire match. He was a presence going forward. He was a brilliant presence defensively too. He's brilliant in the ball, in my opinion, as well. Okay, a couple heavy touches here and there, I guess you could say, but I think overall he's a class player, and I think he's definitely a much better player than Diogo Dalot and Patrick Dorgu. So I just look back to that sale, and it was only 15 million as well. I mean, West Ham, in my opinion, that's an absolute steal for them because Wan-Bissaka's quality, and we should have never sold him. I'm still really annoyed at that, and here in this one, he was brilliant, and on top of all that, made a goal line clearance as well. So Wan-Bissaka definitely proved his levels over the likes of Dalot and Dorgu, in my opinion, here tonight.
don't forget this is the transfer team that also sold Scott McTominay.
Exactly.
I mean, the level of mismanagement at this club for the past few years has been ridiculous. It's madness. We brought in Ugarte. Scott McTominay ended up being Serie A Player of the Season, Napoli's Player of the Season. It just makes no sense to us.
And also, we're struggling for like a wing back, yet we sold Fernandez. Or
Yeah.
Fernandez.
and now, and
Madrid.
and at the time, people did talk. There's great hope for this young kid. We sold him for a couple of million, and now he's at Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable poor management of
Angel
players.
Gomez too. Let him go for a free, and he's a regular in Ligue 1 as well.
Yeah. Although to be fair to Angel Gomez, I think he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
He requested that
But
because
again,
he wasn't getting.
again,
yeah.
it's poorly managing these young prospects.
Well, it's going to happen in January because
Yeah.
Menu's going to
Menu's
go,
gonna go.
and something, I don't blame him. He's just not being picked. Almiron doesn't like him, and it's crazy because back a couple of seasons ago, wasn't it Garnacho,
Garnacho,
Hoyland,
Yeah.
and Menu were the three on
Yeah,
the thing,
that was
and once
suspected.
Menu goes, they're all gone within
Yeah.
18
And
months.
I think here tonight,
The future.
Ruben Amorim, if there was one player he should have been subbing on, was Shea Lacey. That's one thing I don't like about Ruben Amorim. He doesn't give the youth, the academy players, a chance. I think Shea Lacey is a quality player, and I think he would have given us something to get excited about going forward, especially in the last 10 minutes there in that match. Who knows? He could have been the reason which kept us going there, and kept the intensity going forward up. So I think we should give these players a chance because why not? And Mbeumo wasn't doing it today whatsoever. Xerxes, he was okay, I suppose. Good work rate, but still not brilliant. Cunha wasn't great either. So why not? Like, he's the only attacker we've got on the bench. I know mine sort of counts as an attacker too, but I just think we need to be giving these academy players more of a chance, because more often than not, they do prove to be good players, and give us a bit of excitement too. And so, it's worked under Solskjaer, even Ten Hag as well. Why doesn't Amram do it? That's all I'm saying on that.
Well, I think in fairness, like I was listening to Amarin talking this week, and I was listening very carefully to what he was saying because people were asking him questions about that, and they were asking about his thoughts on Manu and whatnot. And he said he kept talking about, like, it was almost like it hit home that he has to win. Do you know what I mean? He kept saying, "I'm picking the team to win," and actually I respect that as long as you're winning.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
He needs to back it up.
But it
From that
sounded
statement.
different because, I don't know if that's a shift from some of the things he would have said in press conferences last year, but it sounded like a shift. It sounded more like he was like, actually, I don't have much more time. I have to keep winning. You know what I mean? Which is fucking true. Do you know what I mean? But listen here. I know this is the first time we do it. There's not a huge amount of people on, but I want to again, we're going to try out new things all the time here. So I'm just curious to see. It's not exactly the fanciest format of things, but just to see, curious. We had 4 responders, which is a start. Lemons. Some people were giving Lemons 3. Someone gave Lemons a 3. What did he do wrong?
No, he didn't.
I don't think he did much wrong. Yeah, he conceded, but I mean, I think that was more down to Bruno, not Mark and Bone. There wasn't a lot he could have done about that goal.
Yeah, I give him an 8. I didn't think there was much. Well, maybe to be honest with you, an 8's too much.
I
But
think I give him 7 or 6 maybe.
yeah. Dalot, majority of people are giving him a 6. I suppose.
Yeah.
He got a goal, fair enough. Hayden Heaven again, 3 to 5. I don't think he did much wrong. Like, he got that yellow card, and I think everybody was kind of thinking, oh shit, he's going to get. He's probably going to get sent off, but he didn't get sent off, and
No.
he didn't really do an awful lot wrong. In fairness, Luke Shaw, 50% saying a 4. Like, again, you know what this is telling me? Diallo averaging a 4, Casemiro a 5. Again, mediocre.
A subpar performance.
Bruno
from the whole
Fernandes
team.
too. Did you say to me that there was some kind of website that give Fernandes
Or
as United's man of the-
Footmob would give him man of the match.
Although they're not too reliable, because they base it off stats.
8.4 out of 10. Man of the match
They base it off stats. So
for Bruno.
Bruno
Yeah.
Fernandes? Well, that just shows you what stats can do. Like, because if he's getting
Yeah.
man of the match, like,
crazy.
I think Stevie Wonder was in charge of that.
He must have been.
Yeah, and Bruno, look, everybody's below Cunha. Cunha's a 4, Xerxes a 5, Lenny Euro a 5, Dorgu a 4, Mount a 5.
Yeah.
Ugarte a 3. Pure shite. I mean,
Yeah.
essentially that's what that shows, and it's a small
Pool, yeah.
token, but it just shows
The
vanilla.
The subs did nothing. Mount was
I'm surprised
anonymous.
Ugarte even got a 3. I mean, that makes no sense. He deserved nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
he is brutal. Dargu came on, I think the headband cut off the oxygen to his brain because he didn't know what was happening. It's just the lack of intensity by our players is what gets me. We can take a draw. As fans, we can take a draw, we can take a loss once we see the team putting in 100%. And I don't think any of them out there tonight can say they put in 100%. And
Yeah.
over 70,000 at the stadium, it's just maddening.
It's crazy, like, and that's what we were saying earlier, about them booing. They're booing because there's a lack of effort. It's not the result. If that team had given everything on the pitch, and had finished 1-1, there would be no booing whatsoever.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm going to go into black and white mode here just to reflect my mood. It's because my phone has gone into sleep mode, but it's kind of. I actually think it suits how I'm feeling. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry about it, seriously. It's kind of depressing. Like, it'll be interesting to see what. At least we don't have to wait too long. Turn around to Monday night.
Yeah, that can be. Is that a good thing or bad?
yeah. Well,
Right, next up is another relegation threatened team in Wolves.
it's a team who's 2 points in the board all season. They haven't scored a goal in their last 5 matches. So, I mean, judging by the way we're playing, God knows how that match is going to go. I would like to think we're good enough to put a good performance in, get a few goals, win that one, get 3 points on the board. But at this stage, even against a Wolves team who are currently challenging Derby's record as the worst Premier League team of all time, it's just not a certainty whatsoever.
But here's the thing.
Wolves are going to turn up on Monday night, play like the American Dream Team or the Harlem Globetrotters. They'll be pinging crosses in from all over the pitch. We'll probably see a worldie from their half. You know what I mean? This is what happens when we're the biggest draw for every team. And that's the problem. Every team ups their game when they play United. And the problem is they know they can get at us at the moment because we can't kill a game off. If we get a goal, there's no fan that thinks, oh, we're onto a good thing here, we'll push on for the second. We're worried that we're going to concede. I mean, clean sheets have been... How many do we have this season? 2?
Yeah, I think so. Because, hold on, let me think. Do we even have 2?
We've got at least one. I think it's only one.
I think it might be 1, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 1, potentially.
I mean, that's crazy.
It's diabolical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. But the problem is, we got Shesko, we got rid of Hoyland, we have no backup striker. Shesko's got injured. We don't have a striker, and with you're Man United, you don't have a recognised striker.
And Chido Obi's pretty much disappeared off.
Chido Obi, yeah, so he's not involved in much of the squads. Full stop.
I think he's injured, isn't he?
Is he?
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, I think he's actually out injured. But I agree with Shea Lacey. He scores. Put him on the pitch. Ferguson said, if you're good enough, you're old enough. Give him a chance.
Exactly.
I mean, if the lad's on the pitch just because they're seasoned pros, doesn't mean if they're not doing the job, whip him off, put someone on, give him a chance. You know, we could get a young fella go on a score and run. What did Rooney start at? 15?
Yeah.
You know,
and the thing is, the young players like that will get, they'll get the support from the fans. The fans, the fans won't go in hard. They'll want the young player to come on, and they'll give them every opportunity, especially when some players on the pitch aren't performing.
And the thing is, they'll give 100% too.
Oh yeah,
some of those players aren't giving 100%. I don't think any player there, apart from maybe Lemans, is giving 100% out there. Players like Lacey would give 100%, and that's what you need.
Worker ring me.
That's what you need, like.
Sorry, say it again there. You kind of broke up on us.
I'm going to have to shoot. Worker ringing me.
All right, no worries.
I'm on call.
No bother.
Right, no worries. We'll talk to you again.
Pleasure,
Thanks for coming
See the chat.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Just looking at the next games. United there, Wolves, Bournemouth, Aston Villa away, Newcastle
There's
home,
Cameron.
Wolves again, and then Leeds.
Let's hear what he's saying.
He's away.
Well, that Villa Newcastle double game back to back, and it's Christmas time too, so it's going to be congested. So that week in particular is going to be tricky, but the entire schedule as a whole is going to be tricky enough.
How many games have we got left before we lose in Mbumo and Ahmad and Masrari?
I think this is it.
No, I think there's one more. Monday night.
Wolves, yeah, that's the last one.
Although there was talk about we have them until the 15th.
There was talk, so at most 2, but yeah, I mean, I suppose in Mbumo and Ahmad, neither of them have actually been that good as of recently. I think both of them are really below par. They need to start waking it up.
Yeah.
Maybe they're in the.
They're still a loss.
They're still going to be a loss. Like, I mean, that right hand side, God knows what that's going to be when they're away. We're going to have Dallo. We're going to have Mazraoui, Dallo, and Mount or someone.
Well,
it's going to be a complete. Even though they're not playing too good at the minute, it's going to be a complete downgrade, and it's going to affect their performance big time.
Our next 2 games are both Monday nights. The Monday Night Football Club. So on the second Monday is the 15th. So that is right bang on the date, the deadline. So whether or not those players will be available, we'll probably not know until closer to the time. But yeah, we're going to have to adapt, and he's going to have to change it up with missing those players. It's poor. Like a 3-point tonight would have again been a big result. It would have been 2 wins in a row. Look. If they go on Monday night and they beat Wolves away, I mean, you look at it and go, okay, you've got 8 points from the last 4. It's not great, it's not groundbreaking, but it's going to keep us in the mix. So it's imperative we win Monday night. We have to. Simple as that. But what's really getting me actually is the start of the season. Our home form was good,
Yeah.
and it's looking like it's just dipping.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 2 games, as our friend said there, last 2 games against 2 mediocre teams, Everton, West Ham, we have scored 1 goal and let in 2.
Mm-hmm. And neither
1
game
draw,
has been,
1 point from a possible 6.
neither
at
game's
home.
been really inspiring either. I mean,
No,
it feels like I'm watching the same game over and over again, week in, week out. United, it's like the exact same script. Nothing really seems to change. Low scoring, boring affair, and United fail to win.
yeah,
This conversation just reminds me of after Everton.
yeah.
Exactly.
We haven't learned from it.
No, it's just and it's so fucking annoying. Just whenever you see opportunities and to get there and to get up there to 4th, and I really want to believe that Amron can do this. It's just hard to believe. Like, I mean, these are the players we have. So whether or not it's Amron or not, these are the same players that have to go out there and do it. And I don't know. I mean, these players, the style of play, you could say, oh, it's the style of play, but sure, we were playing, different way under Ten Hag, and we were playing different under Ollie, and they were no good under that either. And then isn't it funny how when you look back at things and you see how we actually did under Ollie, you kind of think to yourself, Jesus, we thought that was bad. Like,
Well, in today's match day programme, the message from Amram, which was highlighted, was the game against Crystal Palace was an important win. We must continue to play with this rhythm and control going forward.
Well,
See, you
in
can
fairness,
write that shit, but you have to show it. And if your players aren't showing it, you need to make them show it, and you need to make the changes and make them play the way you want to play.
in fairness, there, for the majority of that match anyway, we were in control.
But there's being in control. It's like a tepid control. We're not peppering your goal. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We should be. If you're in
4
control,
shots on target.
yeah. If you're in control, you need to be punishing them. You need to be. You need to be attacking, not just passing left and right, getting a lucky goal. Because it took a deflection. Dallo had a good first touch and he put it into the empty net. But then after that, do we go ahead and finish the game? No. We sit back and we faff about.
I
Do you know what I mean?
I see Aaron has jumped in. He must have got out of work there. Evening, lads. From the small glimpses I saw, we looked crap. I assume that means West Ham, but United did too. We'll take the draw. Magassa looks a tidy player. You didn't miss much. Well, probably from a West Ham point of view, you probably did.
Well, to be quite
they
honest,
should be very happy with that.
they could have won it because after they scored, Bowen was we couldn't get the ball off him. He was in our box with 2 or 3 players around him, and he was still coming out with the ball. So it was poor. Like,
I'm curious to see. I want to watch back the highlights, and I want to see how much of an impact, because it felt like whenever he did the double change,
yeah, no,
how much of an impact
Yeah.
that had, because it just seemed like everything went downhill from there.
yeah.
And I don't know.
They were the better team.
Yeah, but
They were the better team in the last 10 minutes.
Does he need to make those subs?
Who?
United.
Or I thought you were talking about the West Ham
No,
subs.
no.
double subs.
I'm saying, like, when he put on, who was it he put on? He took off Xerxes and Cunha.
You're talking about Amarim.
He put on Dorgu. Was it Dorgu?
All right, I thought you were talking about the West Ham double sub. That was done just
No.
before West Ham scored. I mean, I thought that made a big difference to West Ham.
No, I'm talking about the United sub,
Oh,
because I'm
United.
just saying that whenever he made those subs.
Well, they were made a bit earlier.
Really?
I think. Yeah, I think so. They were made before the West Ham one anyway. They were probably made at about. Cunha came off at 70 minutes, I think.
Darren's on here. He says, might be a good idea to block me. Darren, you need to come on and man up and tell us what you think.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll send you a wee link here now. You have his email address?
No, he's a man of mystery.
Anyone here who's in the room and wants to come on, have a chat with us here before we finish up, guys, you're welcome. All I need is you to just send us an email address, and I can just fire you the link straight through, and you can come on. Darren, you've been talking about coming on to this for a lifetime.
Yeah, get on,
You
get
need to
on.
get on to it.
If you don't come on, we're going to assume that you're a big Dorgu fan, and Cirksey.
And I tell you
know what I
what,
mean?
we know where you live, and we're not far from it. So we're going to come over with the live. We're going to go on the on the 3G, 4G here, and come over to your doorstep. You.
Oh dear.
What did you think, Darren? If you're not going to come on and talk, what did you actually think of the? Give us something interesting there.
Yeah. So
Una Lynch. I wonder, is that the actual Una Lynch or is Eddie undercover? Una Lynch. Terrible performance tonight. No harm, but I thought West Ham looked bang average. I'm assuming that is Eddie, unless Una. I didn't know she was a United fan, really. D-Max says we have become a Mickey Mouse club. A lot of Mickey Mouse players. Quicker we accept this, the better.
Yeah, I mean, this thing right here, this thing of beauty, it's not a case anymore. I don't think of it could be a 5, 10, 20 year wait for this to return to Old Trafford. I'm starting to think I might never see this return to Old Trafford in my lifetime, because every year, the same thing, year after year, nothing's going to change. And like teams like Arsenal and City and Liverpool, Chelsea, all these teams over the years are just going to take over us. There's the gap is just going to continue to widen to the stage where this is going to become the new norm. We're going to become the next West Ham. We're going to become the next, I don't know, Crystal Palace or Burnley or someone. Just this mid-table club. Maybe gets the odd year in Europe, but it's just mid-table, per performances week in, week out, struggling to scrape results against teams below them in the table. And that's what I fear, of course. I want to see United return to the good old days, the glory days of the 90s and the 90s, and winning trophies year in, year out with world-class players in their squad. However, I tell you what, lads, I'm starting to think I might never see that in my lifetime at the way things are going at the minute.
But do you know something? Look, I've said this before. I think we have to stick with Ruben. There's no point at this stage in the season. There's no point people talking about making a change in the managerial. The buck stops with the players. Now Ruben is at fault a lot. Also, he is. There's no getting around that. I think January is going to be massive. Like, look, if we could get, I was going to say one. We probably need 2 midfield players, and I don't know. That's probably impossible to do in January. But if we could just get a couple of bloody good midfield players,
We'll do nothing. We'll do fucking nothing. We'll do fucking nothing. That's what I'm telling you. They don't do anything in January.
fucking Casemiro and Bruno in midfield, it's fucking shit. Shit.
It is.
Everybody is licking their lips. Every team. You look at we could go through every single Premier League team and put their 2 midfielders and probably their bench, and we could put them and compare them to our midfield, and it'd be like, we're getting bait. We're getting bait. We're getting bait. This is the problem, because I actually think we have I think we have a good keeper, and I think we have a decent defence. I do think we have a decent defence.
Full strength.
Yeah, I think we have a decent defence. We're light up top in a proper striker sense, but we've got Mbeumo and Cunha, Bruno, Ahmad. We've got potential. If we could get a solid midfield, and we need at least 2. But we need to get something sorted in January, or the season's going to be, talk about a roller coaster. We're going to be up and down.
I'm going to read out Amarant's speaking to the BBC match of the day. We should have closed the game with the ball because the game was there to win. I've heard him say that recently. We know that we needed to defend the advantage far from our goal, but the long ball. The what? We know that we needed to defend the advantage far from our goal, but the long ball. Bowen won the first touch, and took it onto the corner and tried to win the corner. They won the corner, and we cannot suffer a goal. I think the overall performance was not perfect. We had our moments.
Do you know something?
Do you know what?
Do you know something?
I don't give a shit.
See.
I don't give a shit what
Right.
it says.
I remember Dalza. He had a big thing about Ten Hag. He wasn't a fan of Ten Hag, and he thought a lot of the problem was communication, because Ten Hag was not, especially for a Dutchman, his command of the English language was probably not as good. Ruben and some of his post-press conferences isn't really making much sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of garbled.
Mm-hmm.
It's nonsense. Do you know what I mean? It's like broken English. It's sort of like, oh, we're doing well, but then long ball, and we couldn't do this and we couldn't do that. It doesn't make sense. To me, it just kind of makes, it's like warning signs. look, we have to stick with him to the end of the season, but he needs results. He needs to start winning a few in a row again. We did it once.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm going to try something here. This seems to be his post press conference on YouTube. Let's see.
Start with Dan. We're about to see some of the games, but is it feeling frustration after the result?
Yeah, it's frustrated. Is angry. That's it.
How can you
It's
get
not
the
fucking
team
up.
to maybe perform better, I suppose, and put that to bed? I suppose.
Yeah.
moving forward?
It's working again and trying to win the next one.
Ruben, the only second half your team has won this season was the one at Crystal Palace on Sunday when Palace obviously tied up playing in Europe. Why do you think the team are having so many difficulties in the second half of games and winning games?
Yeah, but there are second halves that we lose control of the game. Today, I think it was not that case. Maybe after the first goal, we lost some second balls, and Mateus won 1 or 2 second balls there and make it a transition. We try to defend all the time far from the goal because we knew it. They tried to make a cross, win a corner, like it happened. Long ball, they win a second ball against 3 guys of us in the defense. So we need to be better in second halves.
Samuel, Ruben, you made, I think, 5 changes overall. 4 of them were defensive players who came on. I know it probably didn't have the impact that you wanted, but in hindsight, would you not been that conservative when you were 1-0 up?
No. We are losing because of the second ball. Sometimes there's not more men in front that you are going to win the ball. We had more men to put in the offense. Who would be more offensive?
I understand you've not got a lot, but just Kobe mainly.
Yes, it was the second ball, and Mateus I was worried with Mateus. I know that Bruno reached the box really well. Mason Mount is playing in this position, so I try. They were trying to push us. Brian have a lot of pace to try to win the ball in one transition. So that was my idea.
Ruben, you came in and said you're frustrated and angry. What are you frustrated and angry at? Because your team obviously has made progress this season, but over the last few weeks it seems to have gone backwards.
No, it's not going back with the results going backwards. We had some moments. Again, that can happen when one team. You were talking about when we had that run that the team was really perfect, and I was always saying we are not far from being in the perfect moment. We are really inconsistent. But if you look at the goal, 83 minutes, we have a long ball. We have everything under control. We need to do better.
James?
Ruben, do you have that sort of sense with the team at the moment? Just one goal.
Not in control with
It's
one
not
goal
gonna be
ahead.
enough. You led against Forest, you led against Spurs, you led today. You've not won any of those games.
Turn it off. I've heard enough.
Yeah.
Do you know
I tell you
someone
what-
call it out? Call it out. Do you know what I'm not hearing there? Not hearing him talking about bloody Bruno, his compatriot, captain, fantastic. Did nothing.
I tell you
Did
what,
actually did no. He did do some things. He lost the ball. He moaned, and he missed chances, and he didn't defend the corner right. Go on.
I tell you, what I seen in that interview, and I seen a man who isn't cut out to be in a role this big. And I'm not saying Han on the P45 tonight or Han on the P45 in the morning. I'm happy enough to give him time, even as long as into the end of the season. Because again, is there much point in sacking Amram
Well-
halfway through the season? No, there isn't. But from what I've seen there, Amram, what he's displayed there, he's a weak leader, and he's not capable of managing a club as big as United. And I was sort of thinking that at the start of the season with a couple poor performances and results, and I think it's clear as day now the job isn't cut out for him. You know, there's a reason why West Ham are the ones who were looking to get him in as their manager before us. And we were too blinded by the excitement at the time to see it, that this man was just never good enough for the job.
But do you know something? I mean, I said we need to back him, and look, I'm not gonna change my mind on that, at least until the end of the season. But a certain Martin O'Neill is available again. Now,
Do you know?
if you told me If you, and I know this is, people will probably think this is crazy. If you told me Martin O'Neill would come to the club for 6 to 18 months, I'd say bye bye Ruben. But Martin O'Neill,
Yeah, but I think.
Martin
What age is
O'Neill,
he? What age is he now?
he's 73. Martin O'Neill is a complete man manager. He would create a team, even amongst that shore in Old Trafford. Now, look, I'm only speculating. I know it's not going to happen. I'm just saying, because that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't get rid of Ruben, because I'm sick of managers leaving and who you're going to replace him with. But the legend that is Martin O'Neill, I would take it.
I stuck a poll up there, guys, in the chat room there. Have a say.
that, yeah.
Martin O'Neill, would you take him if he became available? Well, we know he's available, but would you take him?
He's available.
I know what you're saying. Like, he's obviously gone into Celtic and he's had a great there, but this team is shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's a difference. Celtic are playing in Scotland, and then they're even when they're playing bad, they're never too far away from it. You know, I don't think personally. I think I would have loved Martin O'Neill, you know, 10 years ago.
He's still got the energy.
You know,
Still got the energy. I was watching.
Yeah.
I was watching.
I'd love. Do you know what I would take? I would take Martin O'Neill and Roy Keane to the end of the season. If you would give me
Roy,
if you would
yeah,
give me
I like
Roy
that.
Keane,
Yep. I'm
Martin
sure
O'Neill-
it's double
O'Neill-
act again. They've done it before
I'd
for Ireland.
I'd fucking do that. I
Yeah.
would fucking do that. Let's go.
Yeah,
I
let's
tell you,
go.
you would not see performances like that
Yeah,
if you had them on the sidelines.
damn right.
You know,
Damn right.
Keane would put on the gear and go out and play it himself. Like, you know, he'd get involved. 75% so far, 4 votes. 75% have
It
said
looks
they
like Martin
would take
O'Neill's.
Martin O'Neill.
Yeah, it looks like he's a shoe in. Get on to his agent. Do you know what I don't like about Ruben as well? He's giving me vibes of Big Ange. Do you know when he's asked a question and he can't look at the journalist? He's like, oh. Do you know, it's things like that's bugging me.
Well, I thought he had a bit of passion there. I thought he had a bit of
Did
bite
he?
to him.
Did
He had
he?
a bit of bite there. He was
No,
challenging.
he was challenging because he knew the guy was going to say Kobe Menu.
Yeah.
But it's a valid question.
Yeah, Eddie says MON for United.
Martin
Love it,
O'Neill,
gags.
yeah.
Martin O'Neill. Don't be ageist, Stephen. What did I say? I
You
just
said how old is he? And I said he was 73.
Yeah, well, that's
But
all
he's
I was-
he's a fit
that was a
73.
valid question.
Yeah, he's a fit 73. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, honestly, now, like, you know, even though, look, I just think it's going to continue to be what it is. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's such a vanilla performance, and
But if it was a one-off,
and that's what I mean.
This
Consistent.
it's consistent. This is 2 home games in a row. It's not good enough. Do you know what I mean?
Who is up the Reds? Want to
What's he
bring
saying?
Gareth Southgate in? Who is
Gee,
that? Who's that troll?
Let me tell you something.
Oh, here, Killian's going to
Let
tell
me
us.
tell you something. Gareth
Don't
Southgate
say it. Don't
Isn't-
say it.
is not as bad a manager
Jesus.
as we think.
No.
I know.
He's shit.
His football
fucking
is.
Just said that, like.
He's worse. He's worse.
I'm going to agree with Up the Reds. His football, well, at least like Up the Reds is joking, but his
Is he?
he's got a laughing emoji there. But, you know, listen, his football isn't the best. However, he is the second most successful England manager of all time. Like, you know, England struggle in the big stage in the major tournaments, and they were nowhere near going far in any major tournament. He's got them to 2 Euro finals. He's got them to a World Cup semi-final
And he's lost
and a
them.
World Cup quarter-final. Yes, he's lost them, but he got results at the end of the day.
Sorry.
He got results.
Do you know something? I noticed he had a book out. Maybe that's something you might like. And I saw it. I saw it on
fucking
Amazon.
Christmas shopping
yeah,
here
right. Look, and this says it all. Maybe you want to put it up for the viewers. This is his book. Just look at him. Dear England, lessons in leadership. Gareth Southgate. Do you know what I mean? And you want him to be standing on the touchline. It's like,
Well,
forget about it.
He can't be much worse. than
Forget
Alvaro,
about
right?
it. Do you know something? The only good thing about him, if he came to United, would be to hear the abuse he would get, because he's a wally. He is a wally. He's not. No, I know you like him. Well,
Well,
and he's my namesake, but he's He's only half of what I am. You know what I mean?
He's definitely
He's a dick too.
there- there's definitely a horde of managers that take over him. But what all I'm trying to say is, he's not a bad option. He's not the worst option anyway. That's all I'm trying to say.
If you said to me tomorrow morning, we'll make a change. If Jim Radcliffe said, well, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you want to make a change, we'll make a change. If he rang in the morning and said, we can get Southgate, do you want to make the change? I'd say no. No way. If he rang me in the morning and he said to me, do you want Roy Keane and Martin O'Neill? I think we need to start a whole new thing about this because
Martin O'Neill and
Killian talking shite about Southgate. See, we're past the watershed now. It's starting to get tasty.
who said that?
Eddie.
Okay.
Sorry, Una.
Hi.
Una said it.
He said he also had no way Southgate. Yeah, it's gone down badly with the natives, Killian. This hot take.
It's all right though. You're allowed to have your opinion.
Yeah. In fairness, though, if you ask me between Martin O'Neill or Gareth Southgate, I'd still probably say Martin O'Neill because I like Martin O'Neill more. I think he's a better man manager, and I think they'll both get. I think they'll both get the same team results. Don't get me wrong, but I just prefer Martin O'Neill overall as a manager. He's a better man manager, as I said, and he'd be more of a short term, and it leaves us maybe for an Areola or someone. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind either, but if I had to choose one, I'd go Martin O'Neill.
But I'm just thinking actually. How would these players react to Martin O'Neill? They probably wouldn't accept him.
Yeah, see, that's
They probably just say, "Oh, no."
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
that's the problem. That is the problem Ruben has. There's still a lot of deadwood in that squad. There's too much. Now we have got rid of some. As we've said before, there's 2 boomerangs might come back. And we all know who they are.
That'd be like new players. That'd
Oh,
be like
yeah.
new signings. If we get
Oh,
Sancho
yeah.
back, it'll be like a new signing.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm sure
Rashi coming back.
They'll both come back motivated, no doubt. They'll actually fit very well into that team.
I don't know if Rosh will take a while going from front three of Lewandowski, Rafinha, and Namal back to playing alongside Dallo and the likes week in, week out.
So do what he's told.
But you can't compare Lamine Yamal to Dallo. I thought you were going to say Mbumo and Cunha.
In fairness, the Steelers is angry nonetheless. So
Oh no.
See, Darren's saying we need an English, Scottish, or Irish manager who knows, preferably played in the EPL. What about Stevie G? Stevie G.
I don't know. I think look, Amram has to stay. Simple as that.
Eddie's saying keep Amram to the end of the season.
He has to stay. There's no point making the change. Look, it can't be overly reactionary. We're not having a great season, but it's a strange league. Look, you never know. Yeah, exactly. Well, how many points?
2.
2. Is there only 2?
Yeah. Somehow we don't deserve to be 2 points off.
2 points off top 4.
But
Champions League.
But we should be.
But the problem
we should now
but
be in the top 4.
Yeah, but this is what concerns me. See, you kind of think that now, but as we go into the second half of the season, right, we continue this crop, and then the teams above us start giving consistency.
And
before you know it, we're 14 points behind top 4.
Yeah, and this is the stretch of games where we have teams in the lower end.
This is where
we're meant to be picking up points.
Yeah.
You know.
And the thing is also, do you know something? I was out for my lunch yesterday and was just walking along in my own mind, scary place, and I was kind of thinking United are on a bit of, we're not playing great, but we're kind of winning and drawing, and I was like, wonder how if I worked out how many points we had, how many games we'd played, and if we continued with that, how many points would we finish the season? Just going on the first third of the season. And yeah, I worked out 61 points. And I was like, fuck, that's shit.
What did we finish with last year?
So it was worse. It was like 50. Yeah. It was the worst ever last year.
It wasn't even 50. It was like around the 40s.
I couldn't. Was it? We
were 15th at the end.
Yeah.
Eddie's got a question for Darren here.
This should be on. Come on.
I know. Fucking.
We're not facilitating this conversation.
Who does Darren think we should replace Ruben with? Replace him? He should never got the job.
It's a real politician there. You're not answering the question there, Daza.
Shea Campbell.
Do you know what I mean? Shea Campbell. A big shout out to Big Shay.
Fabian Hirschler is being up the Reds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anybody know who is up the Reds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
I'm not sure. Not sure. But yeah. Look, I don't know. How's the poll doing? 80%. It looks like it's
80%.
look as the fans have spoke. Martin O'Neill, bring him in. But it's tough night.
Yeah.
Tough night at Under the Lights. Theatre of Dreams.
Theatre nightmares.
Definitely. They're not great dreams.
Well, the theatre which puts you to sleep anyway, put it that way.
Well, speaking of sleep, will we end it there tonight?
Yeah. I think it was disappointing. I thought we would get a win tonight. Just like last week, I thought we'd beat Everton. So that's twice now. I thought we were going to win, and we haven't. So I have to stop thinking we're going to win.
Yeah.
That's it. So forget about it on Monday night, guys. We're not going to win.
Well, I think yeah. I was just DMAC. I've been consistent from day one with Ruben. Full of it. He is Mr. Riddles. 5
Mr.
minutes ago
Riddles.
was provoking club to sack him. Or 5 minutes. Mr. Riddles.
Yeah, Mr. Riddles. That's his new name.
Name. Okay, I think that's a sign. I think that's the sign that we call it a night.
Tough night. Yeah, look, a lot of players didn't let themselves down tonight. I thought Mbeumo was poor, Kanye was poor, Ahmad was poor. I think they were just all poor. I thought Luke Shaw was very poor, but Bruno was the worst. And look, I know I've been calling for Ugarte to be starting games and create some sort of solid. He wasn't great. I still think we should be. I still would rather him start in midfield than have Bruno and Casemiro. You know, I just don't want Bruno in midfield. So I'm going to stand by that. But could be Menu be going in January. So maybe that's what they're thinking. They'll sell Menu for 30-35 million to somebody, and then they'll try to use the money to get somebody.
And then he'll go to the World Cup.
And
then
brilliant.
he'll be
Barcelona
Ballon
next year.
d'Or next year and all.
Yeah, 100%.
Roy Keane, DMAC is saying Roy Keane to answer Eddie's question. That is who he thinks should be in charge. Right, guys, listen. I think we'll finish there. When are we next on? Well, Monday night. Wolves. Well, having these after game lives has not been really successful so far in the sense of we've been shit both games, but I think we'll do it anyway. We'll keep at it. Listen, some of the guys are good thoughts and get involved, guys. Come on next Monday night. Come book yourselves in. It's very, very simple, straightforward. We just send you, all we need is your email address. We'll send you the link. You download the wee app and you just jump straight back in. So
yeah, it was good having our Curry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Colleague.
You know, and
he had some good points as well.
Yeah, actually, Dex sent me a message there just saying he's sorry to jump off. He's on call at the moment.
Yeah, welcome back anytime.
And that's what he's saying.
Yeah,
he thanks for trying or for inviting me on. Love to come back again. So I said 100%. We never even got talking to him. I believe he's. I think he's in a Kerry supporters club, Man United supporters club. So I think he goes over 30 early or something like that there.
Okay,
but,
cool.
But anyway, yeah. Listen, if we'll call it a night there, and yeah, like and subscribe. We're 46. We had 46 subscribers.
Let's get the 50 guys.
50 was the target was to get 50 subscribers by Christmas.
Let's get it by Monday night.
Anyone in the room there who hasn't hit the subscribe button, hit it now, please. And
everybody watching, share amongst your socials. Let's get things going.
Yeah. The more people we get involved here, the more
100%.
the more
bring
views
it on.
and stuff like that there. So right, next time we're live then is this Monday night. Like I said, thank you for everybody for the comments. I enjoy the comments. I enjoy the back and forth and the interaction.
100%. Do you want to? Will we do? Considering we mightn't do a preview, will we do a quick prediction for the Monday night game?
Sure.
That's just be good. Go ahead, guys. You kick us off then. Prediction for Monday night against Wolves. Away, isn't it? Yeah, it's away.
Okay, right. This is coming straight without really thinking too deeply about it. So it's gut. It's not going to be a good post-match show. It's going to be 1-1.
1-1. Killian.
Well, this Wolves team coming into this one, worst Premier League team of all time at the minute. So fine rightly, very likely they're going to turn into prime Barcelona here in this one. But I still think we can win. I would like to go for maybe a more comfortable victory, but we'll keep it at 1-0. Maybe we'll stay realistic. It's going to be another struggle, I think, even though Wolves are crap. However, I think we'll win still, because at this stage, if you don't beat this Wolves team, I'm sorry, you don't deserve to be in the Premier League. I think that's something to take away.
I said 2 weeks ago or last week, whatever it was, that the games that we have up to Christmas, that if Amarin got 9 points,
Yeah.
then that would buy him more time in my book.
Was it up to Christmas?
Yeah, it was
those
the
9
5
points?
games.
Okay,
There was 5 games. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So,
right.
so he has 4 points with how many games is that?
No, see, I think it started on Everton, and then he's got 4 points from the first 3 games.
If he
So there's-
doesn't win against Wolves,
he's in trouble.
he's fucked. and I've no confidence that we'll win, and that's the problem. We don't know what's going to turn up, and that's not good enough as a Man United fan to not know that you're going to get, players there. We should be getting 6 or 7. No, we should be getting 7 or 8 performances every single game.
Yeah.
It's Man United. Do you know what I mean?
Standards.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
You need to be playing for the badge.
And I tell you what. You see, what I will say this is, it could just be the after game annoyance, but I'm going to say if we lose to Wolves, then we don't have a prayer, and he doesn't have a prayer. And
If we lose the Wolves, he doesn't deserve to go back in the changing room. He should be sacked on the spot. If we
Along
lose
with
him
the
Monday
players.
night, he's sacked on the spot. I'm sorry, and he may take half those players with him too.
yeah, no, I
Any word in say?
We have to-
Sheshko.
Wolves
No,
win.
there's
D-Mac.
absolutely no word on him. So.
D-Mac says Wolves will win on Monday night. Eddie,
Now, you're a bundle of joy.
is Eddie still on here? Eddie, you still on? If you are, I'm curious to like what I'm saying there. If he was to lose against Wolves, would you still be saying keep him to the end of the season? He may have gone off. Right. All right. Anyway, listen, lads. Thank you.
worries.
And yeah, hopefully someday. Don't know.
Someday.
Don't know why. Don't know why. But someday we'll get back to winning ways. But I think you're right, Killian. I think it's going to be a long time before we add to the trophy cabinet on your shoulder there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll leave it on that note.
At least,
Like and subscribe. Let's get to 50. Cheer us up. Get to 50. Up the Red says 3-1 win. Optimistic. At least someone's optimistic still.
and we are above Liverpool, so
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
Yep.
take it.
All right. Listen. Thank you, lads. Like and subscribe, guys. Get involved. See you Monday nights.
Cheers.
United!
Up the Reds.
United!